Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, a new family restaurant in Davenport offering breakfast and lunch. We're taking a closer look at the menu.
Plus, the Project of the Quad Cities is marking a major milestone. How you can help the organization celebrate 4 years.
And in our wins of the weekend, we'll catch up on some of the fun things happening in our personal lives, including a jam-packed weekend with family.
You are watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. Well, we're starting today with an opportunity that's become a tradition for many seniors in our area.
Yep, River Action is bringing back its popular senior citizen riverfront golf cart tours, offering a fun and accessible way to explore area trails while learning about the history and the future of our communities. Joining us now from River Action is James Lasher. James, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, we love having you here in the studio, and we were just talking about this before the show started. This is a really popular thing that River Action does every year. Spots fill up very quickly, but hopefully you've caught us just in time because there are still some openings. So for people that aren't familiar, what are these senior citizen golf cart tours?
It is an opportunity for senior citizens to explore the riverfront and our Mississippi River from behind the wheel of a golf cart.
How fun.
Yeah, so much fun. And like we said, there are a lot of people who look forward to this each and every year. So you've got multiple time slots, and as Morgan mentioned, those fill up quickly. So how do these time slots work?
So we've got 3 time slots per day per tour. There's a 9 o'clock, there's an 11:30, and there's a 2 o'clock. However, for our most popular tour, Arsenal Island, we filled those 3 slots immediately, so we added an extra time slot at 5:30
for
nice. September 3rd. And we still have some room for that one, so if you're thinking about it, now is the time.
Register immediately. Talk a little bit about what happens on these tours. Obviously, we are checking things out. We're riding around on some golf carts, which is fun, but these folks who sign up will actually hear from people as well. There's a variety of speakers.
Yep, so you're soaking in the beautiful sights of the Mississippi River. You're enjoying our riverfront trails, but they are educational too. So along the way, you're going to get to hear from speakers who range from city planners to park managers to historians, and you get to learn some local QC history. You get to learn about new park developments and new things in store for the future too.
That's great. That's a great way to get some info.
Yeah, most definitely. Why is it important to have these golf cart tours for our senior citizens?
Well, River Action is so big about trying to connect people to the river in all the ways we can. So these senior citizen golf cart tours get people out on the riverfront trails who maybe aren't otherwise as able to do so anymore, aren't able to maybe walk or bike them in the ways they would wish to. So we get them behind the wheel of a golf cart and get to enjoy them that way, which is a lot of fun. It's, of all the things we do, one of my favorite, just kind of wholesome, heartwarming days. It's a
very
fun
unique.
day.
I know, it does warm your heart a little bit thinking about that. It is very special. There are tons of trails in and around the Quad Cities, riverfront trails that a lot of people haven't even experienced before. So, you know, this could be a first for some of our seniors that are checking some of these spots out. With that said, can you describe where some of these trails are? I know there's a few in Illinois on that side and a few on the Iowa side.
Yeah, so Thursday, September 3rd are all of our Illinois tours. We've got a few locations there. There's Arsenal Island. There's going to be a Moline to Rock Island riverfront tour. And then we actually have a Rapid City to Cordova tour, which for a lot of people in the Quad Cities, maybe you haven't ventured that far east. And that is just a gorgeous stretch of riverfront, so that's a fun one to check out as well.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, the only time I've ever experienced that part of it, too, I think was doing like a race, one of the Memorial Day races. And it really is a really beautiful part of the trails. So that's wonderful. And then, of course, we've got the ones on the Iowa side.
Some people think this is a race, too, so you got to keep an eye on those golf carts.
Go the speed limit.
Hopefully, maybe they have seatbelts. Maybe they have seatbelts. We'll see. I just want to mention, though, on the Iowa side, we've got Duck Creek Trail, which is lovely. Nahant Marsh. So
there's so much going on there. Everything we do as far as research, education, and it is just a gorgeous marsh, wetland habitat that is so worth exploring.
Yes. And then Credit Island to Leech Park, which is there on the riverfront in Bettendorf, right by the bridge, right?
Yeah, and that one's near and dear to me. I live on the Davenport side, so that's a nostalgic section of riverfront. And it's always fun to explore.
Yeah, it looks like a great time.
Yeah, it really, really does. And we've got some photos on the screen of past experiences and all of that. What kind of responses do you get from some of these folks? Does River Action get after they've been a part of it?
We get people trying to reserve for next year, like the day that the tour
Is that
ends.
allowed?
Yeah, well, we opened it up, I think, as early summer this year.
Okay,
but people
as
are
early as you can.
People are chomping at the bit and ready to go. You can just see in people's faces how much fun they're having, and they're looking forward to bringing their friends and family again.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful time, and people enjoy it.
That's smart. You may not be able to register yet, but hey, can't hurt to ask.
We had a waiting list, I think, starting in January.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Wow.
people were on it. So.
That's great. That's great to hear. Well, tours along the Illinois riverfront, they again are planned for Thursday, September 3rd, and tours on the Iowa side are the next day on Friday, September 4th. The cost is $40 per cart, but there are 2 people allowed per cart. Okay, so it's not $40 per person. Don't let that deter you if it was. To register, visit riveraction.org/golf cart tour. James, as always, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, well, coming up, the Project of the Quad Cities is celebrating 40 years of serving our community. We'll tell you about this year's Putts for Pride golf outing, where you can help mark the milestone while supporting their mission.
Quad Cities Live continues.
One local organization is marking a major milestone this year. The Project of the Quad Cities is celebrating its 40th anniversary and inviting the community to support their mission at the upcoming Putts for Pride golf outing. Joining us today from the Project of the Quad Cities is Tyler Mitchell. Tyler, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for being here today. Okay, so I do want to start by talking a little bit more about the Project of the Quad Cities. Just give us some background, especially people who may be unfamiliar, what your mission is and really all the services that are available, which is quite a few.
Yes, we do a lot, and we've actually been around since 1986, and really how we got our start, I know, time flies, how we really got our start was by serving people living with HIV and AIDS. In the 80s, it was really a death sentence at that time, so we were simply present for people as they were approaching the end of their lives.
Wow.
Today, HIV looks a lot different. You know, it is a manageable condition, and we still provide services to people living with HIV, but we also have counseling and clinical services like sexual health testing, a pharmacy on site. So we've grown a lot over the past about 10 years or so and are really getting more and more involved with our community.
You absolutely are, and you know, even just visiting the website, you can learn a lot, but you really prioritize folks who may otherwise, even if they were in a different community, feel much more marginalized.
Yes, I think, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And I think too, yeah, we provide services to lots of folks who otherwise would not be able to access them, whether for insurance reasons or, you know, maybe transportation, right? There's so many different barriers that folks can experience. And we provide services too to people who do have insurance, right? I think our impact is much wider than a lot of folks assume.
I think you're probably right about that. So this is a very big year, as we mentioned, for the Project of the Quad Cities. So why is 2026 so special?
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, established in 1986, right? So we're celebrating our 40th anniversary, and I'm actually wearing one of our 40th anniversary t-shirts that we're selling right now through Raygun, and it's all Wizard of Oz themed, which there's a long shared history between the gay community and Judy Garland and the Wizard of Oz, and we've been incorporating elements of the Wizard of Oz into all of our events this year, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it is, and that's also something that I noticed just by visiting your website today. It's done really well, the way that you're correlating those two things.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so we are seeing some photos on the screen right now of your golf outing, your annual golf outing. You host many events and fundraisers. This one's coming up soon, though, so we want to talk about that. What should we know?
Yeah, so Putts for Pride is happening on Friday, September 18th at Glynns Creek Golf Course. I want to say this is maybe our 5th year hosting this event. The years blur a little bit,
Sure.
but you know, and just as I mentioned with our other events throughout the year, we're sprinkling in some Wizard of Oz. We'll have a you know, just a lot of different activities and ways that people can participate outside of just, you know, playing golf. But certainly we want people to show up. It's really a wonderful time on the afternoon, or a wonderful afternoon on the green, excuse me.
Yes.
And it's one of my favorite events of the year.
I can imagine that it is. And I'm not a golfer. You wouldn't want to see that. I'll go out there and I'll participate. But you know, but Glynns Creek is, my point in saying this is, it's an absolutely beautiful course as well. So if you haven't ever golfed there, this is a really special opportunity to be able to check all of that out. So what's it like? I mean, what's the outing like every year? What's the mood like? It looks like a lot of fun based on the photos.
Yes. So, you know, when people ask about our golf outing, I tend to tell them that it's a little bit more kind of low stakes and enjoyable than some of the...
We love to hear that.
Yeah. So, you know, like I'll talk to people and they'll say, well, I've never golfed before. And I'm like, well, this is a perfect outing for folks to really try golfing out if it's something that they've never done before, right?
No one's going to make fun of you.
No. And, you know, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on is having that open environment. You know, we do have cash prizes for teams, of course, so you do have some more competitive
incentive.
Yes, but I think the fun thing is, you know, we have folks who, again, have never golfed before who show up each year, and this is a great opportunity for them to kind of dip their toes a little bit into the world of golf.
Yes. You are also this year partnering with Argros Cafe, so maybe if you're watching at home, you may have seen Argros on our show before, whether it's the you know, organization itself, but they've got the cafe, they've got a food truck, so I'm assuming that's what they're providing for this event.
Yes, so they'll be sort of our food vendor on site.
Very nice.
We're super excited to have them, to be honest. We had them at our Pride Festival this year, and
so good.
They're so good. I tried like a roast beef sandwich and like fell in love and was like, can we have them in September?
They're great.
And so really excited to be able to partner with them and also support their mission of, you know, supporting survivors of domestic violence, right? I think that that's so important, and as a nonprofit, if we can partner with another nonprofit, then that makes so much sense. Lifting
each other up in that way. And yeah, they also are at the farmers market and they make a great breakfast sandwich. So I'm just throwing that out there. So lots of great info from Tyler today. You want to help the project of the Quad Cities celebrate, of course, 40 years by signing up for the annual Putts for Pride golf outing. It is Friday, September 18th, again at Glynns Creek Golf Course, which is in Long Grove, Iowa. To register, visit tpqc.org. You'll find lots of information there. And once again, congratulations on such a milestone, and thank you for sharing it with us today.
Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Still to come on QCL, we are introducing you to A&M Family Restaurant, a brand new spot in Davenport serving breakfast and lunch.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
A new family-owned restaurant in Davenport is officially open for business.
A&M Family Restaurant is the vision of a father and son team that's serving up home-style favorites in a very welcoming atmosphere. Joining us today are Manuel and Antonio Mercado, the A&M behind the business. Thank you, gentlemen, both for joining us here today on Quad Cities Live. You're almost our neighbors here. You're located on Bridge and Locust Street in Davenport. So congratulations, because you guys have only been in business a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Is that location?
Yeah. We just opened up on the 20th of July this past month.
Awesome. Well, yeah, congratulations.
Congrats.
Almost a month in. So tell us a little bit about yourselves and kind of what got you to opening up your restaurant together.
Yeah, well, me and my father, we transitioned over our space in Moline from Senor Julio's, and we transitioned it over to River Drive Breakfast Parlor. We've been serving breakfast and lunch since the very end of January last year. And I tell you what, it took off right away. We're doing very, very good. We were just blessed to be in the position we can do something like that. Definitely great to see, especially, it's a big restaurant, so when it gets packed out there, it's just, man, it's a beautiful thing to see, actually. Yeah, and
I tell you what, we were big fans, my family and I were big fans of Senor Julio, so we were sad to see that go. But I tell you what, the River Drive Breakfast Parlor is great, and I know you're offering up some of the same items at your Davenport location as well.
Yeah. So kind of based off the success of River Drive Breakfast, we were given the opportunity to open up in that space. The former restaurant that was there closed up, and you know, my dad actually was the one who was like, hey, what do you think of this place? We checked it out a few times, and you know, we decided to take the leap together. You know, it was good. It's been going good.
Yeah. Well, with that said, Antonio, what's it like working with your son season. I mean, it's probably a parent's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting. For me, it's make me happy to work with my son, and like our own project, you know, like ideas. I started with my ideas, but he always trying to help me and say, okay, just go ahead. If you think it's good, we can do it. We can do it.
You're supporting each other.
Yeah, it's like when we opened the one in Moline, and that was like a little bit over than a year. And I started my idea. I started, okay, I would like to open another one.
Sure.
Then I see they shut it down, and I stopped by and looked at the place, and there. Then I was like, okay, I think this is a good area. I was looking in the area, driving, and I was like, oh yeah, this is.
It's gonna be a good fit.
I don't see anything like nothing else like in the area, and I think it's a good idea. I talked to him like, hey, you know what? I see this place over there. And what do you think?
Yeah.
We can open the second one over there.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some photos of your delicious, sorry to interrupt you, but we've got the delicious food on the screen right there, which is obviously the star of the show. But talk about the atmosphere when you walk into A&M Family Restaurant.
Oh, the atmosphere? Well, we definitely kind of want it to be like a prideful, you know, place where you just go, you enjoy a good meal, and go with your friends and family. You know, definitely feel when you walk in, it's a nice space. Go ahead, especially since we're kind of focused on family dining.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's just always room for that.
Absolutely.
There's always room for a spot like that where you can feel relaxed and, you know, just enjoy your time with your loved ones, your friends. Slow down a bit.
Yeah.
So Antonio, do you have any signature dishes that you guys want to make sure you have on the menu, or do you have any personal favorites that you would recommend?
We have our favorites. It's like a biscuits and gravy, but we changed the name
Oh.
for my sister-in-law. She passed away, and I was like a couple months ago.
Oh wow, I'm so sorry.
Then I was like, okay, her name was Connie, and okay, and we're talking about it, and he was like, hey, how about if we make we put her name in there, and one of those are meals.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
special.
yeah, which one? Okay, we can put the Connie special, but it's like a biscuits and gravy.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, every time she would go, she would get biscuits and gravy with egg whites, so we went ahead and put it on the menu for her.
Oh, that sounds sounds really good
Yes.
right now.
Yes, it does.
And we added a couple of new items in there, but in the menu, but just to make it a little bit different than the other one. But yeah, it's our own ideas, you know.
I mean, yeah, like I said, we go to the River Drive Breakfast Parlor all the time. And
now I have one on my side of the river.
Go. Yes, yes, very good stuff. So, A&M Family Restaurant, it's located on 1143 East Locust Street in Davenport.
Yep, we have that address right there on your screen, along with the phone number if you need to give them a call. Restaurant is open every day of the week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Very cool. Manuel and Antonio, congratulations on the second location, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Maybe just one more thing I could add real quick.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, actually, we're currently considering opening for dinner hours throughout the week as well. So, if you want to be there for dinner.
Well, you let us know first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Thank you both.
All right. Thank you guys. Well, coming up, it's our wins of the weekend, including celebrating a big milestone in one household.
All right, it is time now for our wins of the weekend.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to do this for a little while because our show has been so jam-packed, but that's a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
So I was trying to go over what could I share about a win of the weekend, because it was also a pretty packed weekend of stuff. Yeah. So my brother and his girlfriend Haley visited me for the second weekend in a row.
I was going to say, you've seen them a lot lately.
Yeah, we were at the fair last weekend, and then this weekend they came for Alternating Currents. So you're going to see some weird stuff on your screen, but this is my brother doing. He was doing karaoke during the daytime at Raccoon Motel.
Okay.
We're having lunch there at Great River Brewery. They bought Darby one of those giant squishies.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Yes, and then we saw a few shows during the daytime because we had Darby with us, so that was at Mississippi River Distilling, and then we got a babysitter for Saturday night. Shout out
Siblings
to Sloan.
Night Out.
Yeah, and Siblings Night Out indeed. I have so much fun with my brother, and we had a great weekend at Alternating Currents.
Yeah. A lot of people talking about it. A lot of people had fun at Alternating Currents. We had fun celebrating that guy that you just saw on your screen. There you go. Carson My oldest is now in kindergarten. He had his first day on Friday, which is why I was gone, taking a couple of half days this week, just to kind of make sure that transition in the morning is pretty good. But he was very nervous the night before, but the day of, he was very excited. When we pulled up to school because it was raining, I was going to stay in the car with his sisters, but then when I said that, he was like, "You're not coming up?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we got the kids out, and I'm so glad I did because it was nice to see him off to his first day. He got there at the same time as his little friend, so I think that made the transition inside easier. And he FaceTimed me about 7 minutes before the show today to say that he had another great day of school.
Oh,
so,
doesn't that just melt
it really does.
heart?
And it makes it easier for me. It was you know, I was a little nervous on how I would react.
Yeah.
My wife was the best, but it was easier to go into it knowing that he was having a good time. So,
I cried.
Yeah.
First day of kindergarten.
My wife did too. And
inconsolable.
she cried a little bit today, but
yeah,
you know, that's normal. It's a big milestone for sure.
It really is. Well, congrats to him in school already.
I know.
Thank you so much for watching today on Quad Cities Live.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. That's Tuesday at 3 o'clock.